All right, hey y'all, welcome back. I'm John, and Bank of America has announced that they are going to raise their minimum wage to $25 an hour, and they're doing so a year earlier. So, interestingly, about 4 years ago, Bank of America raised their minimum wage to, I think, $15 an hour. Then in 2019, they went to $17. In 2020, they went to $20 an hour. And they had been planning on doing $25 an hour by 2025, okay? And this is really, really big news, I feel. Bank of America is an absolute behemoth. And so if you think about all of their employees, and of course they've got so many high-level executives and vice presidents, but the teller you're talking to right there at your local branch is going to be getting $25 an hour. This is going to put pressure on the rest of the banking industry to raise their minimum wages. And that's a good thing. The other thing is that they also are going to require all of their vendors to pay $15 an hour minimum to all of their employees. And I really like that angle because it prevents Bank of America from outsourcing something to a company that's paying people much, much less. They're setting a floor. Now, I think this is going to have a ripple effect. I don't know that it's going to be as powerful an influence on the economy as when Henry Ford paid $5 a day to his manufacturers, his line workers, but it has the same general kind of effect. We've had a number of discussions in this country recently about incomes, minimum wage, and companies have stepped up. Amazon did, certainly some banks did as well, and raising up to $25 an hour is going to raise that floor up, and I think it's going to have a ripple effect out into the rest of the economy. I don't know that ripple will reach as far as, say, restaurants or very small employers. You know, the guy who mows my grass, I don't really want him to double his fees, but it's going to have a positive effect in the economy. This is not a political channel, but I will say I love this move, and I love these large corporations like Amazon and Bank of America raising their wages up because it shuts up the politicians. Now, politicians are still going to find things to complain about, right? Amazon, you saw this. They raised their minimum wage to $15 an hour when you had this $15 an hour movement out there. But they still found something else to complain about. They went and complained about bathroom breaks, or people had to stand for 8 hours, or whatever they were complaining about. But the fact is the banks are listening and they're raising those wages. And that is going to lift everybody up. Is it going to ripple out to McDonald's? I don't think so. But with the current labor shortage and restaurants and fast food places not being able to get people to actually come back to work, I think this announcement is going to have that positive upward pressure on all employers to start raising their wages up. And again, anything that shuts up politicians from going and creating new legislation makes me happy. So I'm pretty excited about this. I don't bank with Bank of America. I just, full disclosure here, primarily because they don't hit the like button for me on any of my videos, so I don't like them. Take a hint. Hit that like button for me on the way out the door. But I really like what this is doing. I'm really excited about it. Interestingly, their stock dropped just a tiny little bit. What I'm looking at right here is a 0.64%, but I think that'll be absorbed very easily. They're a profitable company and a huge employer. So I'm excited about it. Love to hear your thoughts below, but I think this is going to have a ripple effect through the banking industry and the greater economy as a whole, especially with them requiring vendors to pay that $15 an hour as well. That's going to lift a ton of people up in a rising economy with inflation on the way up as well. I see this as nothing but good news, and it shows the economy, capitalism, the free market, and people being able to change jobs to get the best benefits as positively working in our country right now. Thanks, guys. Have a great afternoon.